So let's get into our key takeaways, Josh. I'm going to throw it to you first. Key takeaway number 1, the coaching chaos and the meritocracy myth. Talk to me about this.
Yeah, we on paper have so much talent for us to be as bad as we are every single game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're not bad for whole games. We're bad in stretches of games. And some of those are key stretches of games, like coming out of the half, where you need to start strong. And we are the worst team in the NFL coming out of half, right? McDaniel's obsession, and this is something that for those of you that are regular listeners, I apologize for being a broken record when it comes to this very topic about Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel came in as this wonder kid, right? This run guru who was a play designing genius. And for the first couple of years, he was. I mean, look at 2023. We were one of the best teams. We were the best offense in football. And it was overly complex, but it was complex enough to cause chaos and cause confusion. The problem with McDaniel is it seems like he doesn't know how to adjust. He doesn't know how to fix or re-scheme when defenses, who also get paid very handsomely to do a job, figure out how to slow down, insert random play or insert random formation or scheme or whatever the case is. What McDaniel tends to do, or at least what it seems like he's doing, is he's doubling down on an overly complex offense with more complexity. He's like, oh, I'm just going to outthink everyone. Sometimes you need to just dumb it down and put your 11 best people on the field and say, go beat the other team, right? And it's something that's super confusing to me because you see instances, and we saw it in this game, where we're running the ball really well. Achane is carving up the Chargers defense in the pass game, in the run game, and then we just go away from it for no reason. They didn't stop it. We just stop. We stopped throwing to Waller. We stopped throwing to Waddle. We're throwing to Nick Westbrook-Ikine. We're running out. We're running a motion screen fake handoff to Ollie Gordon, who is our power back. Like it's shit like that just drives me up a wall.
It's all too cute. Every single week we're on here talking about how cute this offense tries to get, and they can't actually do anything fundamental. And if you don't agree or you're questioning that, just go look at the 2 drives we had in the third quarter. In fact, let me read them off to you. The first drive is after the Chargers ran down the field 13 plays, 72 yards. They took 7.5 minutes off the clock. We get the ball. We do a 1-yard run. We do a negative 4-yard pass. Nope, that's not incorrect. Negative 4-yard pass. And then Tua throws an interception. Guess what? Who the intended receiver was? Achane. Guess what it was? Another screen. 3 in a row. Absolutely ridiculous. And then Chargers get the ball, 4 plays, 37 yards, another touchdown. Now they're up 23-13. So time for our offense to come back, right? It's time to answer. Let's go. Yeah. Tua throws it incomplete to Waddle. Achane goes to the left tackle for no gain. Tua gets sacked for negative 8 yards. We punt 3 and out. Whew. Yeah. What a third quarter. Fantastic coaching. Fantastic ball. I get so proud to be a Dolphins fan watching that shit. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, like it's frustrating. It's really frustrating because
we have one of the best running backs in the league.
Yeah.
And we're wasting his talent with shit calls time and time again. We're trying to get him killed. Tua throws him like 6 hospital balls a game. It's like, what is happening?
It's bad, dude. And I'm sorry. Like, I fully believe Waddle is a true number 1 wide receiver. I know you were on the fence. I don't know where you sit now after 2 really good games by Waddle. But even that, it's like you have a top 15 wide receiver at worst in Waddle in the league. You have a top 5 running back in Achane. And there are stretches of games where you stop you. It's like you forget they're on the field. Yeah. And that's what we're talking about when we say sometimes, and in most cases, he gets too cute. My other thing that's insanely frustrating is that there seems to be no accountability for bad play. I understand you have injuries across the offensive line. I understand you have, issues on the defensive line. I understand, there's only so many running backs when you only have 2, right? I get it. But where's the accountability? I'm from an era where people get benched, whether it's for a single play, whether it's for a whole series, whether it's for a quarter or a half, to prove a point. No. And there's 0 of that on this team. And it's insanely frustrating because a little bit of accountability can change the dynamic of a room.
I mean, we just saw it in Arizona, right? Whose coach gets
Yeah.
criticized probably as much, if not more, than ours
Mm-hmm.
for being just maybe not a good coach. But Amari DiMercato, right, last week,
Mm-hmm.
drops the ball before he gets into the end zone. Guess how many snaps he played this week? 0.
Yep.
Bam Knight got moved up from the practice squad to take his spot.
Yeah.
That's accountability.
Pretty fucking good game.
Yeah, and Bam Knight did a pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, a lot of it to me too is Tua. Like,
Yeah.
he used his first 2 years in the Mike McDaniel system. He was successful because he was able to throw it over the middle of the field.
Yes.
Year 3, defenses started playing 2 high safeties and covering the middle with the linebackers, and he has yet to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
The only passes he completes are on the sideline or the Hail Mary ball or the little screen pass to Achane. That's it.
That breaks a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and what kills me is that's his bread and butter, because you go and look over the last since 2023, he's leading the league in intermediate passing, meaning in between the numbers.
Yep.
From the 10 or 15 yard from our 15-yard line to their 15-yard line. He leads the league in efficiency and completion percentage in the middle of the field. So what do teams do? They take it away. Now, where is Mike McDaniel's correction to that? There is none, because guess what we're still doing? We're running the same scheme and the same play with just additional screens and motions to try to confuse things, and it doesn't work.
No. I mean, you can see every time he throws over the middle, there's 4 linebackers just sitting there. Because why not?
The few times that they're not there, he doesn't even look at the middle of the field.
It's like the whole thing, like if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. If you have so much creativity, you have no creativity at this point. Like, you have no offense. And it's an incredibly frustrating thing. And speaking of coaching, what's Anthony Weaver doing out there? Because the defense, he doesn't play. I get it. He just calls the schemes, and I don't know defensive schemes enough to be like, oh yeah, this guy sucks, or the players suck. I know the players suck, right? We do not have a lot of names on this defense that you want to be like going out there and buying their jersey for, especially in the secondary. Yeah. But my goodness, dude, are tackling fundamentals a part of any of these meetings or practices or any of that? Because we talked about in our preview show for this game that we needed to fix the tackling. And then we ended up losing the game on a missed tackle.
On a couple missed tackles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll talk about this more in tomorrow's show in the preview, because I did a little segment on tackling miss rates and percentages. So stay tuned. It's not good. I'll tell you that much.
I didn't realize takeaway 2 was Tua. I just went on a whole Tua rant. We'll talk about him in a sec. But I do want to get to this here, because this is what I was actually talking about before. You and I live up here in New York, Connecticut area too. This media would just eviscerate these guys.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah.
The Miami media is soft as hell compared to these guys. I mean, they would run them out of town already.
Yeah, it would be very ugly.
Yeah. Very ugly.
Yes. This last comment is, Jorge, this is something I've been preaching.
1,000%.
1,000%. This dude needs to focus. This dude being McDaniel needs to focus on the macro of this team as the head coach. He should not focus on the micro.
Or give it to Slowick if you're so worried about play calling.
Yes, I mean, like this he can't do it. And he's shown it for 2 years now, 1.5 seasons, that he can't manage the team and everything that goes into being a head coach, which is a shitload of work. I am not downplaying the amount of work that a head coach has, but that's why you have an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And that's why you delegate. And he does not delegate really well.
No, he doesn't even know what that word means. He probably can't spell it. Neither can I. That's okay. I like McDaniels. I think he could be better than the team is showing. Greer set up the roster with no true captains at this point. I think any head coach would struggle right now. I would agree with you if this wasn't year 4.
Yeah.
But I feel like we've had enough.
Yeah, it's tough because, yes, Greer is the one that picks the groceries and McDaniel's the one that cooks the food and all of the other analogies. But McDaniel has been here long enough and has enough clout in this organization, clearly because he still has a job, to have his fingerprints all across this team, in my opinion, at least.
I mean, he's handpicked every backup quarterback we've had on this roster, and none of them have been any good.
And including staying with Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's a whole nother. We did a whole show on that.
Yeah. We had such high hopes for Weaver, and I don't truly know if it's him that stinks or just the talent we have, but it's not looking good. He's probably going to lose his job.
I mean, look, we have a putrid secondary, and that is hard to come back from. It really is.
End of 2023, the NFL had clarified a wide receiver could not move north before the snap in motion 24. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean that rule does feel purposely targeted at us, doesn't it?
Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of does. Yeah. But yet the tush push
Yeah.
is a thing that can still happen. But yeah,
Right.
go
4
ahead.
times in a row. I'm happy they got smacked by the Giants.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, yeah. A lot of there's a trend here. Goodbye, Greer.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It did skirt the rules. You're not wrong. You're not supposed to move towards the line of scrimmage before the snap, and then they just that's a good point. Delusional. Yeah. Jonah's not playing well.
Yeah,
He's our rookie left guard for those who don't know who he's talking about. And he's been
historically bad.
Yeah. He's moved from right guard to left guard for
Yes.
we're still confused by this move. And he hasn't been good.
But again, and I might be one of the very few, I give rookies grace. Look,
That doesn't mean you can't call him out for playing like shit.
No, and he is playing like shit, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, the question could be, why did you move him? Do you let him play through and learn on the job, or do you take him out, potentially ruining a little bit of his confidence so that he can learn in practice? And I honestly don't know which way I would go. I don't know which way I would lean on that. That's a hard decision.
Think about how fooled we were. The offensive line was looking good, and the D line was playing. And 2023 was a thing of beauty for the Dolphins till the end of the year, till December.
Yep. Yeah, one thing that I have to continuously remind myself when I get frustrated with how this team is playing is that and I've said this a lot too, and so have you, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
This team went from the third oldest team in the league last year, and in one off season, we're now the 5th youngest team in the NFL. That is a shitload of turnover and quite a lot of young people that are still figuring out how to play football. And where I am not giving anyone a pass by any stretch, because look, you make money, you're a professional, figure it the fuck out. Sealer, for example, who had back-to-back 10 sack back-to-back.
I think it was two.
Went from having true veterans next to him in Wilkins and Campbell, thank you, to having to in game before the ball is snapped coach 2 rookies that are next to him, right? And that's hard because that prevents him from being able to digest things before the snap. So there's a lot of little like nuances that go in. And Dirk, Frozen Fin fan, he's got an O-line background, right? So maybe he can when he can actually speak, maybe he can chime in and let us know, how do we fix Jonah, because it's not good.
Which, truthfully, every time you say that, all I think about is like how bad the coaching is then. Yes, because if you went from an old veteran team to a young team, and the team was playing well as the older veterans, and they're not playing well as the younger, that just means your coaching is bad.
Yeah, right? And in a year where everyone is on the hot seat, and it is clear that, I mean, that's just this
has felt like a short leash year since day one. Since the letter that Stephen Ross sent out to the fans, like the minute after we lost to the Jets in week 18, to the weird press conference with Greer and McDaniel sitting there looking like lost puppy dogs. Mm-hmm. Like the whole thing has felt so weird. Like we're not gonna accept the status quo, yet we're 1-5. Like this whole thing has felt just icky. We spent no money in the offseason, which made us feel like Greer was probably hampered or handcuffed or something. It's been a very, very weird 2025. I mean,
do you blame Ross for handcuffing him after the stupid ass extensions he gave out to Ramsey and Bradley Chubb to Chubb and everything? This is hilarious, by the way.